So when it comes to prepping, everybody has this idea of being a jack of all trades and living, I shouldn't say everybody, living cheaply and independently. The problem is inefficiency. So I'm here under the Jeep, working on the Jeep once again, and I'm just fooling with some silliness here. Ain't no thread like cross thread, you know what I mean? But doing some simple stuff. I've got a ton of work to do to this Jeep before Georgia Bushcraft, though. But anyways, everything that I do on this Jeep is pretty slow. I do a lot of my own mechanic work, and all of my mechanic work is pretty darn slow. And so I embody in my own mind this jack of all trades concept where I'm working with my own animals, putting up my fencing, fixing my own vehicles, etc., etc., etc. And the problem is, every time you do something new, it takes you twice as long as it would have taken you, at least as it would have taken you if you already knew what you were doing. That's common sense, right? You make more mistakes, you break more things, you go more slowly, you've got to figure stuff out. All right? And the issue is, at a certain point, money is how it is a physical representation of the value that you put on your time. So if you work a job for $8 an hour, you have agreed that an hour of your life is worth $8. All right? The problem is, when everything that you do by yourself is new or something that you're not good at, and it takes twice or three times as long, you are spending more of your money in your time doing something than it would cost you to pay someone who's already good at it. Right? So, this winter, I will be running a wood-burning stove. Okay? I've got a full tank of propane, but I'll run the wood-burning stove at night. And that way, that full tank of propane will probably last me 2 years. I think the full tank of propane will cost me about $600, so I'll heat my house probably for $300 to $400 a year. All right? But I could definitely make it just with my propane, and I have before. I'd get a little bit low maybe, but I can make the whole winter just using that $600 of propane. So I'm saving myself, let's say, $300 in during the winter. I'm saving myself $300 by spending probably 150 hours or 200 hours cutting wood, splitting wood, stacking wood, not to mention getting the fire going efficiently, keeping the fire going efficiently, and heating the house. So, literally probably like 200 hours. Is 200 hours of my life worth $200? Absolutely not. The flip side of this is, as a jack of all trades, you get a lot of experience. You get a little bit of experience in a lot of different areas. So if the grid does go down, you have invested in yourself as a human being, and you are a more capable and better balanced person. And it's hard to put a value on that. But I want you guys to think about this, and especially when it comes to, say, you're thinking about a product, okay? And I'm a knife guy, so we're going to say knives. I want to go buy a knife, but I have $40. And I'm somewhat skilled, okay? So, I go and buy a piece of trash $40 knife, which in all honesty is only halfway finished, and I spend 3 hours recontouring the bevels, thinning down the edge, reprofiling some of the edge, okay, maybe even working on the primary bevel, okay. Here's the reality for you. Chances are, if you don't do that for a living, you're going to do it wrong. Chances are the $40 knife's heat treat is messed up anyways, so when you really need that knife, it's going to break anyways. But when you tell everybody, oh, I can have a knife that's just as good for $40, all I need to do is a little bit of work on it, what you're saying is your time is worthless. Work 1 or 2 more hours and buy a knife that's finished when you buy it. It's kind of my problem overall. I'm about to get flamed for this, but that's kind of my problem with the old Ontario butcher knife and the whole Old Hickory line, which I own and use as myself. But so being a jack of all trades, guys, is good, but you better find a balance, because this idea of I can be poor but provide my own food and live off the grid, most of you, it's a fantasy, and you're going to go back to wanting money, and you're going to move away from it entirely. So value your time and balance what you work on and what you don't work on. Now, I'm about to sell my 2020 car that I bought brand new with 8 miles on it and drive this Jeep every day and buy another older vehicle because I've decided that I would rather wrench on vehicles than to make payments on them, okay? And these are decisions that you need to make in your life based on your skills and what you are willing to do. I can't tell you where to invest or where not to invest, and we are all better at certain things, okay? But when it comes to prepping, guys, especially if you're new to getting into this, or just when it becomes to being a responsible adult, because our society has lumped this in as prepping, but really this is just life. Value your time. On the flip side, if you never do anything for yourself and you're paying for everything and you've got a really good paying job, if you are the best dude at soldering microchips in a Dell laptop in the entire planet, in your emergency situation, when that goes away, what other skills do you have? Because chances are that's going to be worthless. Balance, guys. I'll talk to you in the comment section below. In the description box, you'll see how you can support the channel. And, if you like videos like this, let me know. And if you hate videos like this, let me know. All right. I hope you have a blessed evening.